Good morning, dear children. This is your assistant teacher. So, take out your textbook and open lesson number 1, page number 7. So, yesterday, what we have studied? We have studied about the different kinds of diversity. How do we explain diversity? So we have given some examples of more than 200 years ago. Okay. Then also, sometimes as they begin to make their homes in new places, so people begin to change a little, and other times they manage to do things in the old way. So their language, food, music, religion become a mix of the old and the new. That means as well as they started settling there na. So they just meet new kinds of people, different kinds of people. They learn their different religion, they learn their different language. The music and their religion become a mix of the old and the new, and out of this intermixing of culture came something new and different again. Okay, for example, some old people and some new people mix, or they grouped with each other, they settled with one place. So they started talking with each other. Okay, they started talking about their religion, their music, their the young people talks about their new ideas, old people share their experiences. Okay, so in this type, their intermixing of culture, their culture will mixed with each other, and came something new and different from that. Okay, got it? So the history of many places shows how many different cultural influences have helped to shape life and culture there. So this region become very diverse because of their unique histories. That means, as I told you, that if various kind of people having various religion, various culture, they just came in one place, in one region, you can say geographical area, and they started settling there. Okay, it may changes it, you can see the diversity in it. So just take an example for this. If, for example, living near the sea, so is a quite different from the living near a mountainous area. Of course it is different. Okay, so because the people who lives near the coastal area having different lifestyle as compared to the mountainous area. Okay, their dresses may be different, their food may be different, and their religion may be different. Okay, so for example, the people who living in a coastal area, they get lots of seafood. Okay, that means they are totally depend upon the availability of the food. So in the mountainous area, they may got different kinds of crops. Okay, cereals, lots of cereals. So in this type, they have different food, variety of food, religion. Okay, so this is what the diversity is. So not only do people have different clothing and eating habits, but even the kinds of work they do are different. Okay, so in cities, it's often easy to forget how closely people's lives are tied to their physical. But even kinds of work they do are different in cities. It is often easy to forget how closely people's lives and are tied to their physical surroundings. This is because in the city, people seldom grow their own vegetables and grains. Instead of, they depend on the market and buy all the food and the other goods they need. For example, if you are taking the example of you can say farmers and common people. So what farmer will do? Farmer of course grows their own crops, and you can say the common people depend on the farmers, and they also depend on the goods sellers. Okay, so in this type, they both are different from each other. Okay, their eating habits may be different from each other. As you can say, rich people have their different kinds of food, their clothings are different as compared to the poor people. Okay, so let us try to understand what we mean when we say that historical and geographical factors influence the diversity of region. We can do by the reading about the life of different parts of the country. That is, let's take an example of Kerala and Ladakh. That means geographical region means if the region changes what will be the diversity is. Okay, that means अगर region change हो रहा है तो diversities हमें क्या क्या देखने को मिल रही है. So region would influence the following: the food people eat, of course the food people eat, the clothes they wear, and the work they do. Okay, that three major things will different. Okay, the people who lives in Kerala having different food, having different clothes, having different work, having different language also. Okay, but the people who living in a Ladakh, they also having different kinds of food, their clothes may be different, their work may be different according to their geographical region. Okay, so let's see, in Ladakh is a desert. Okay, in the mountains in the east of Jammu and Kashmir, and so very little agriculture is possible here, since this region does not receive any rain and is covered with snow for a large part of the year. There are few trees that can grow in this region. So for drinking water, people depend on the melting snow during the summer months. You can see this is totally different from the Kerala. Okay, when you are going to the Kerala, there will be no snow, there will be you can see various kinds of crops growing there. Okay, water will be abundant there. Okay, as compared to the Ladakh. So this is nothing but the diversity. Okay, people here keep sheep and goats. The goats in the region are special because they produce pashmina wool. So I think you know about the pashmina wool. It is the very much you can say the wool is priced, and pashmina shawls cost a lots of money. It is very much costly because it is very much shiny and very good quality of wool. The people in this Ladakh carefully collect the wool of the goats and sell this to the traders from the Kashmir. So pashmina shawls are chiefly woven in the Kashmir. Okay, so that means as compared to the Kerala, the Ladakh people having the different kinds of occupation. That occupation means work. The people eat meat and milk products like cheese and butter. Each family owns some goats, cows, and yak cows. And being a desert did not mean that Ladakh did not attract its share of traders. It was considered a good trade route, at it had many passes through which caravans travelled. So what is today called Tibet, these caravans carried textiles and spices, raw silk and carpets. So this is all about the Ladakh. So dear children, I hope you are getting and understanding this lesson. If you are having any question regarding to this, you may ask me anytime. Your today's homework will be you have to write about some 10 lines on the Ladakh geographical region. So for today it's goodbye from my side. Thank you and have a nice day.